You're having the same issues I am.
It's a quick little update. The oatmeal is good, but you should probably measure how much salt you put in it, because well, my salt is just, I put too much salt in it. It's just not that good. I have a lot of it to eat for like 4 days. So.
So we're getting about ready to shove off here. We've got pretty much everything set up. We've got all my stuff pretty much loaded up. You gotta clean up that mess a little bit right there. That stuff's kind of just shoved off, and we're gonna try and catch some fish. We got some sun coming out. It's actually pretty cloudy. Been a pretty dark day. The river's way up. The river is like, my kayak was almost in the water, and I pulled it up like a long way. So yeah, got some weird stuff going on my legs, and then all the DEET that I've been putting on. Justin's way down there. So yeah. We have been catching nothing. Nothing. So our hope is that these worms will help us. I hear that worms like to catch fish. So we're gonna see if these guys will help us out. He's doing really well. He's got us covered.
That's
Look at that.
more than will stay alive, I think. Felt like I let down a lot of.
Was that how much you let down?
Yeah.
Oh, then you weren't actually that deep.
No.
Sweet. Hey, good morning. So the river was way down last night, right? It kept going farther down. And then this morning the river is just about touching my kayak again. So it's kind of just this guessing game when you're sleeping on a sandbar as to, you know, where you put your canoe and your kayak. But yep, gonna make some coffee this morning. Got Justin out there. He said he wants to make me breakfast. I said that's too sweet. You don't have to do that for me. We already sleep in the same tent. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, water was all the way to about there, that little bar. That was water last night, or yeah, that's where the beach was. Then went up into the forest last night. You guys saw me grabbing worms. Justin made the fantastic discovery. I can feel it. Today's the day. It's walleye and pike. I can see. I mean, the colors are even there. Although we do have wind in the blowing us upstream. That's true. And I think that's really hard because I feel like you can't fish a spot when you don't have an anchor. But that spot where I anchored was just so, the current was so fast.
Yeah.
I didn't want to flip. Dad, I lost your anchor. I didn't tell you about this. Maybe yeah, I don't think I've said anything yet.
All right. I think the key is actually having organizing everything in the tent before I actually pull it out of the tent. And then I have each compartment logically organized, at least according to my logic, anyway. All right. So how far behind me are you?
About 5 minutes, I think.
Alrighty.
Still got some stuff to do.
Get some alone time.
Make a poop.
I saw your fishing pole, what I thought was your fishing pole up there last night.
Yeah.
So I was telling my camera eyes, I didn't see your camera. So I said, you're either up there pooping or you're up there filming. Hopefully you're not up there filming yourself pooping. Yesterday I tried, I didn't want to get my feet wet, so I tried getting in my kayak way out there.
Yeah.
And I had to push myself like 20 feet to get off the ground.
Just to not have wet feet.
Just to not have wet feet.
That's commitment. You hear that, Lindsay?
Yep.
Push his kayak 20 feet just to not get wet feet. Oh, it's cold feet. Cold feet's what.
I don't have issues with cold feet.
I was thinking it was wet feet.
That?
There's something about getting wet early in the morning that just doesn't make you feel good. Sweet, so I haven't done any updates in a long time, probably since noon today, just because things got a little crazy. I got a little, as you guys saw all the footage, I got a little crazy on the taking pictures and videos and stuff, and then the battery started to die, and then we went through this. Well, once we got done with the Abitibi River, there's these rapids at the end, which are pretty intense, and I had to put the camera away for that, even though I had a dead battery anyway. And it's a good thing I put the camera away, because it got soaked in there. Like, my kayak was full of water. I thought the self-bailing thing wasn't working right. I actually said to Justin, hey, this isn't bail. I have to check out and see if there's like a leak or something. Yeah, so we jetted, what was it, 20 miles today?
Yeah, a little more, probably 23.
So probably did a little more than 22 or 23 miles, and which is pretty, I don't know, pretty intense. It's a good paddle. The butt definitely hurts after that long, but
Unfortunately, as you can see, I'm not cutting up fish. I'm cutting up bell peppers and rice for quinoa. So we kind of hightailed it over here to see if we can make it in time to get some good fishing done. But by the time we got here, it was, well, so we got to the Moose River after the rapids, and it was 6:30, right? 6:40. We thought we heard rapids where the good fishing area was, so we decided to go upstream around an island. It was that island. And it turns out to be a pretty big island that we were paddling upstream from. So that took quite a bit of time. And then halfway through the island, or maybe 3/4 of the way through the island, we saw that if we dragged our kayaks over like 100 yards of beach, we could get to a little inlet channel kind of deal that would let us jot over to this side. So we spent a lot of time doing that. Fished through the sunset and then got to this little rocky shoal. Probably 40 minutes of daylight to spare. So yeah, and then so for dinner tonight I'm just doing cucumber and pepper from the garden. No, pepper, there's no cucumber. I'm tired. Pepper and onion from the garden, and quinoa, and probably garlic, soy sauce, and curry. We'll start it with just the garlic and the soy sauce, and if I feel like it needs the curry later, then I'll add curry. How does that sound? And I'm gonna saute the vegetables, so I'm getting crazy fancy.
Nice.
Onion and pepper. Oh, but the garlic in it too.
Alright. Meanwhile, I made silverware.
Nice. Alright, so walking in the dark, gonna set up a time lapse. Right now there's a really big moon, full moon, right? So that makes it kind of hard to do starry stuff at night, but it'll work. I'll just point away from the moon, I think, and then after 4 hours it'll all be set.